welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Biscuit. How is everybody doing? Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day wherever you are. So today's video, as you saw by the title, is a birthday collab. So my good sis, Nails by Lena C, she decided to go ahead and ask a few of her nail sisters to go ahead and complete a birthday set, and she also came up with a theme as well. So of course, as you're seeing now, the theme is actually money nails. So I decided to go ahead and show you all a few things that I was going to use. However, y'all know how I operate. Just because I'm showing these products don't mean that they're gonna get used, okay? But you know how you pull out stuff, you have it in front of you to give yourself a chance to kind of get some inspo and things like that. So I pulled out everything from new mixes to acrylic mixes. I got the money. I decided to use a $100 bill because she always keeps it 100. So, and I also brought out some charms as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this video. All right, so here I am cutting up this fake $100 bill. I did get these off of Amazon. I don't believe these are actually linked in my Amazon storefront. However, you can just go on Amazon and you can search in movie money or fake money, and then this should come up. So I got this in a pack of, I don't know, I think it was like 100 bills or 100 fake bills, but they gave you like 20s, 50s, singles, fives. They even gave you like the $2 bills. So yeah, I thought this would be a nice touch. So I was like, let me cut this out. Let me cut out the In God We Trust. So here I'm just actually picking out some stuff that I would like to use on the nail. Again, necessarily doesn't mean that I'm gonna go ahead and use this stuff, but you know, I would like to cut everything out and then kind of move from there. So that's what I'm doing here. So now that I have my money cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and shape these tips while they are not on my fingers, just because I'm able to apply a little bit more pressure and to actually get these nail tips nice and crispy. So I'm just shaping these up and getting them nice and square. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse my natural nails just to remove any oils and dust or dirt or debris. And then I'm gonna go ahead and apply my peel off base coat, which I'm using this one from McCart's. This is typically the one that I like to use ever since purchasing it. For any of my nail tips, because it's easy for me to create content and to easily pop them off. It doesn't take much, especially when you are trying to pop them off. Just kind of run your hands over some warm water, and then typically I'm able to lift them off with ease. So I definitely love this peel off base coat. It's called Peel It Off base coat, but it works wonders. So I highly recommend you get your hands on some of this. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take some top coat. This top coat that I'm using is from the Nail Heaven or Haven, and I'm gonna go ahead and use this to adhere my nail tips. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my two-in-one Melody Susie LED light. So you probably won't see me actually holding my finger down in the camera, because clearly I'm also using it for my light. So now that I have all of my tips applied, they look so good, and trust me, definitely shaping the tips before you put them on helps a lot, because sometimes I'm kind of heavy-handed and I will end up fouling so hard that the nail tip comes off. So here we are. This is where I'm taking that cutout of the $100 bill, and I'm deciding that I want to put this on my finger. I couldn't decide which one, but then I end up actually using my ring finger, and I'm kind of trying, I am trying to cut this down as much as possible to fit the nail tip. However, it is definitely going to overlap, but later on in the video you will see that I'm trying to file it, and then I ended up taking my nail drill and aiding me to file that down even further. So I am just kind of deciding still where I want it to go, and I'm cutting it down as best as possible, and then I'm going to adhere this on my nail tip with some clear acrylic. Alright, so I decided to switch from that cover beige to not polished wifey material, because the cover beige actually has some shimmers in it, and I wanted it to be a regular nude without the shimmers. So here I'm going to go ahead and tear up my little pieces of foil so that way I can have them prepared and ready to go when I'm ready to use them. Okay, so I decided for my pinky nail, I wanted to just do a plain clear nail, because I wanted to play around in some of my Aurora top coats, and I have not even swatched those yet because I bought them from AliExpress, but I will be doing that soon. So I just decided to go ahead and do clear on the pinky, and then I actually decided later in the video that I'm going to also do a clear nail on the thumb, so that way I can tie in this set. I am such a stickler to have like everything matching. I don't know why it is, but I also love every nail to be different as well. But like when it comes to actually completing a set, my preference is to make sure that the nails kind of match each other and that they go well with each other. So when I am also applying my acrylic, I like to hold my hand at an angle to kind of let gravity help me with my acrylic, and I also make sure to wipe off my sides to make sure that I'm keeping my shape. That's very, very, very important. And then also that will also minimize the filing process as well, and the shaping process. So just a few little tips. Also, when I am getting closer to the cuticle area, I like to drain my brush a little bit, because the last thing you want to do is to have your acrylic to flood your cuticle area. That could potentially cause lifting. However, just tap your brush on your paper towel just to get rid of some of that liquid, and then you can go ahead and place your bead. As you all know, I don't use the 3 bead method because because these nails are extra long, okay? Now it is recommended that it's exactly what they teach you in nail tech school, the 3-bead method. However, I use a biscuit method. Use as many beads as you need to get that nail right, okay? So you can, but sometimes, you know, you might have to look at your nail from different angles and decide to add another bead of acrylic. So do what works best for you. By all means, practice, and you will get down your acrylic application. So here we're gonna go ahead and apply a clear layer of acrylic, something nice and thin, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take this $100 piece that I cut out, and I'm actually going to hold this on my nail because obviously I want the acrylic to harden, and I want the $100 bill to be able to stick to the nail. So I'm actually going to be holding this down probably for, I think I held it down for like 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm obviously going to speed this up so you won't be able to see me just holding this thing down, okay? Okay, so now that I have the $100 bill adhered to the nail tip, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a layer of top coat on top of this because I clearly want that 100 to shine through. And as you can see me holding my hand upside down, you see that the $100 bill cutout was larger than the nail tip, but I'm gonna make sure that I drill that down and file that down once we get closer, once the acrylic is fully laid. So for the top coat, I am also using my 2-in-1 Melody Susie lamp, and I'm using my scissors to kind of hold down the top coat because I don't want to leave my fingerprint in the nail, okay? So I'm using a pair of scissors just to kind of hold this down to make sure that it does cure into the shape. So now that I have the top coat on, now I can go ahead and apply my acrylic on top of that, and it's gonna come out nice and shiny. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my nude so that way we can ombre this nail. Up this nail, and I wanted to point out that on the left side of this finger, that is where the top coat, I had to press down the top coat with my finger just to get it adhered, so it's kind of like sticking out a little bit, but there's nothing that a little bit of filing and shaping won't do to get this nail back crispy. So don't worry if you do have something sticking out because you did add this money. We can go ahead and fix it with filing and shaping. Alright y'all, so if you know this container, you know I had to pull out an OG. So I also decided to pull out Let Me See, which was part of my second glitter collection, and actually Lena named this mix. So I thought it was perfect to pull out and add, and definitely gives off the vibes for green with a little bit of blue in there, because obviously I still want to tie in the ring finger since we used the $100 bill and the bill is blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on my nail. Now you can apply a thin layer and then you can cap with clear acrylic, which is what I'm doing here, or you could just use the entire glitter acrylic and then you can build up your nail. So just make sure that when you are applying this glitter, make sure that you do stir it before use, as with any glitter acrylic, okay? And then also make sure that you are wiping off your sides, because remember, you still want to keep that shape to make it all nice and crispy. Okay, so for this nail, I decided to take the In God We Trust, and I want to apply this to the center of my nail. Again, I'm going to follow the same steps that I did when applying the $100 bill to my nail tip. I'm going to go ahead and lay down a clear layer of acrylic, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of just press that In God We Trust onto my nail, and I'm going to actually let that sit for a while. I'm going to take my scissors with the same process. I'm going to hold it down because obviously I want the acrylic to harden, which will then in turn keep the acrylic in place. Keep the In God We Trust in place with the acrylic. Okay, so now that I have that in place and it's hardened, I'm gonna go ahead and start to build up the perimeter around the embroidery truss, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply my gold leaf foils. So this is the easiest part that you could do. I'm just taking some clear acrylic and I am placing it on the nail, and then I'm taking some of my foil and then I'm just randomly placing it on the nail just to kind of give it a little bit of a gold touch. And I did like this nail. I actually thought this was close to my favorite nail. My first favorite nail would definitely have to be the Let Me See nail, then the $100 bill nail, and then this nail for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these down in no particular order. Just slap it on there, okay? It's gonna turn out real cute. So for the cuticle area slash nail bed area, I was really debating on if I really wanted to just leave it clear or if I wanted to add the gold leaf. But obviously, as you see, I went ahead and I just added it. I'm like, what's the most that this could do, right? It could be ugly, it could be cute, but it turned out real cute, and I would definitely do this again. Like, I would definitely find, even not just with the money, but like different type of glitters or charms or confetti to encapsulate in the nail, or even females, right? This would be so cute. So I definitely loved this nail. So as you see, no gold foil left behind. I'm making sure that I use every last piece of this as much as possible, just to kind of make sure that the nail is nice and full. And then I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit. So in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and go over to my Let Me See nail, which is my middle finger, and I'm gonna go ahead and clear cap that. And then I'm gonna come back to the pointer finger, index finger, and encapsulate that as well. said earlier in the video, I will just be making this nail all clear because I'm going to tie in the pinky and the thumb together by applying some of my Aurora top coat to kind of give it that bluish green kind of fairy look. Alright, so now we're going to get into filing and shaping. I'm going to go ahead and do some cuticle work just to make sure that I seal in my cuticle. And then I'm going to do some hand filing. And then I'm going to do some sanding and then some buffing. So I'm not sure how much of this I will actually leave in the video. However, hopefully you all will enjoy this footage. hand filing, and I'm actually about to come to my ring finger with the $100 bill. So I'm sure you all noticed that this nail is actually a little bit wider, obviously on the nail tip, than any of my other nails. So this, I will be using some elbow grease to try and get this nail as perfect as possible, meaning to get it back down to its original size for the nail tip. So at this point, I was like, okay, well, let me try 2 nail files at the same time, because I actually saw that hack on TikTok, of course, right? Because I'm always over there looking at videos or something, right? So I was like, let's see what this two nail file hack is all about. So I would say that it does work. However, I'm utilizing another nail file that I need to be holding on to. So therefore, I was like, let's just go ahead and get this drill bit happening. So here you see me taking down my nail with my bit because it was definitely too wide. And there you go, see me getting that paper off, and you see where the nail tip and the $100 bill kind of start and stop. So that's why I said, please make sure that you take a look at your nail tips, shape and file as best as you can, and get that nail as crisp as possible. So that's what I'm doing. This one I need an extra TLC, show a little bit of extra love too, so that way I can get it back down. Okay, so as you see, this nail is back down to its original shape, and I'm definitely happy that I took the extra steps to go ahead and use my drill to cut down on some of that bulkiness, meaning the wideness of the nail. Okay, so now I'm taking my hand file and I'm going over the entire nail just to even out the acrylic and to make sure that it's nice and smooth. I'm going to do this process on each one of my nails. So now I'm going to take my sanding band and I'm just going to make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then I'm going to go ahead and buff. So now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and cleanse my nails and my hands from all that dust, dirt, and debris. And just imagine when the top coat hits, like, oh, these are already turning out so beautiful. Like, I can't wait to add my charms and my bling, and then especially that top coat. Like, it's gonna be real pretty. Okay, so here is the Aurora top coat that I am going to be using. This is giving off bluish green vibes, so I thought that it would go perfectly with my acrylic. Alright, so I'm going to apply my base coat, put that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply my Aurora top coat. And then I'm also going to repeat the same process for my thumb as well. Tell me that Aurora top coat it's so pretty. It's just real pretty. I can't wait to use the rest of these too. Like, just doing a clear set with maybe some sweater nails or something. It's gonna be real pretty. All right, so I'm gonna move on to my ring finger. I decided to use these $ charms, and I believe I got these from Shein. Everything is probably from Shein if it's not from TikTok or Amazon. So I decided that I'm going to go ahead and take my Macart rhinestone glue, and I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 of these charms to the end or to the tip of my nail, and I'm going to apply my top coat on top of that, just because I want to make sure that my nail is nice and cured and making sure that everything is in place. place that in the lamp for 60 seconds and it has a full cure. These charms slash stones I got from AliExpress, and these are actually like for clothing. However, I just took some nippers and I peeled off the backing, which will expose the stone. So I'm gonna throw those two pieces in the garbage, and then we'll be able to use these stones on our nails. So just a little tip and trick for you if you do happen to buy those. Don't worry, you can just peel those two little metal flaps back with some nippers and be able to use the stones. So I also decided to do a little bit of bling placement. Now I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I just know I wanted to use some bluish green stones because Lena's favorite color is green, and I wanted to incorporate some bling into this nail. So obviously needless to say, even though I had everything laid out on the table, clearly it did not go the exact way that I pictured it. So I'm going to go ahead and place these beautiful crystals on the nail. I'm going to make sure I get them exactly where I want them before I raise my hand up to my 2-in-1 Melody Susie lamp. And then once I've cured that for 60 seconds, then I'm going to go ahead and take some of these crystals that I originally had planned for the design and just kind of pop them into place to kind of tie in everything. Crystals for this set, and honey, look at them. Those are so gorgeous, and you can tell the difference between the clarity of like Swarovski crystals and Amazon crystals. There is really no comparison. However, the AB crystals that I got from Amazon are really close. However, you can definitely tell the difference in the quality of the stone if you have them side by side. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my top coat. I've actually wanted to get back to using this top coat because it really gives you that glass look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and top coat my index finger, and I'm also gonna apply some top coat underneath this nail as well, just because I want to keep that clear look, just in case I did miss some areas where I was applying the gold foil. So I'm gonna put this in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then I'll be back with the final look. These are super beautiful and gorgeous. That middle finger is saying, yup, see me. I know you see this finger, okay? Ooh, that is giving plateau in your face. You feel me? Hopefully you all have enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And thank you so much to Nails by Lena C for reaching out to me and asking me to be a part of her birthday collab. Happy birthday to you, sis. Love you and wish you many more. As always, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me if you aren't subscribed already. Make sure you hit that post notification bell as well, so that way you're notified every single time that I post a video or I go live. Also, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Check out Nails by Lena C. I will leave all of her information down in the description box as well. I will also see you all in my next video. As always, please be safe, love on your people, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, y'all.